I found the pregnancy test in her purse the same week she got her tubes tied. I was holding our daughter's hand when I opened it. That's where this starts, not with the affair, not with the lies, but with a piece of plastic that made my entire marriage impossible to believe. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me back up. Let me tell you about the schedule. My wife's planner sat on the kitchen counter every morning. It was one of those thick ones with color-coded tabs, the kind organized people use to run their lives like corporations. Green for me, pink for the kids, blue for work, purple for personal time. I started noticing the green about 6 months ago. Tuesday morning, I'm making Emma's lunch. She's 7, wants the crust cut off in triangles, not squares. Very specific about this. And I glance at the planner while spreading peanut butter. There's my name, green highlight. Thursday, 6 and 8 hours p.m., 2 hours for the entire week. Hey, I say, keeping my voice light. I saw we're scheduled for Thursday? My wife doesn't look up from her phone. Yes, that's your time with the kids. I marked it. My time, our time, she corrects, still scrolling. Together, family time. It's important to be intentional about these things. I look at the planner again. 2 hours on Thursday, the only green on the page. What about the weekend? I ask. She sets down her phone. Her face has that patient expression, the one she uses when explaining something to Emma. I think it's better if we're more structured. You know how chaotic things get. This way, everyone knows when we're available. The word hangs there. Available. Like I need an appointment to see my own family. So, I need to schedule time to spend with you and the kids? Don't be dramatic. It's about boundaries, work-life balance. She picks up her coffee, the expensive kind, the organic beans she orders online. I've been reading about it. Couples need space, kids need routine, everyone needs to respect everyone's time. Emma tugs my hand. Daddy, triangles. I cut the sandwich. Triangles. Perfect triangles. That's when I notice the other marks. Tuesday nights, DC, 8 p.m. Every single Tuesday for the past 3 months, Jake's bedtime was 7 hawks. Emma's was 7:30. Who's DC? I ask, casual, still cutting sandwiches. What? She's scrolling again. Tuesday nights, DC at 8. I was wondering, work thing, conference calls, international clients, different time zones. She snaps the planner shut. Why are you reading my schedule? It's on the counter. It's private. She takes the planner to her office. I hear the door close. Emma looks up at me with those big eyes, my eyes, everyone says, and whispers, Is Mommy mad? No, baby. Mommy's just busy. But I'm standing there with peanut butter on my hands, thinking about that green highlight. 2 hours a week for my family. If you've ever felt invisible in your own home, like a guest who overstayed their welcome, just drop "I understand" in the comments. You're not alone in this. The thing is, I would have lived with the schedule. I would have taken my 2 hours and convinced myself it was normal, that modern marriage looks like this, that I was being clingy or traditional, or whatever word makes a man feel small for wanting to be with his family. But then I found her purse open on the bathroom counter. It's Saturday morning. She's in the shower. Emma wants to show me a picture she drew at school, and I'm in our bathroom because that's where my wife keeps the construction paper in a basket. Don't ask me why. The purse is just sitting there. Brown leather. The expensive one. Zipper open. I'm not looking. I'm reaching for the orange paper Emma specifically requested, but something white catches my eye. A box. Pharmacy logo. The corners are bent like it's been shoved in there quickly. I shouldn't. I know I shouldn't. I look anyway. It's a pregnancy test. Used. 2 lines. Positive. Emma's still talking beside me. Something about needing orange for the sun, and I'm holding this plastic stick trying to understand what I'm seeing. My wife had a tubal ligation 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks. I drove her to the appointment, held her hand during recovery. She said it was for health reasons, painful periods, family history of ovarian issues. We have 2 kids. We're done. Why keep dealing with birth control? The test is dated 5 days after her procedure. 5 days. I put it back, carefully, exactly how it was. My hands are shaking. Daddy? Emma's looking at me now. Can we color? Sure, baby, let's color. But I'm thinking about biology, about medical impossibility, about the fact that my wife is in the shower right now and in her purse is evidence of something that shouldn't exist. The water turns off. I grab the orange paper. Emma and I leave. We color in the living room. She makes a sun with a smiley face. I make clouds. I don't remember making the clouds. I'm on autopilot, holding the crayon, watching my daughter press down hard on the yellow, and all I can think is that test was dated 5 days after her procedure. That's not how biology works. I don't say anything. Not that day, not the next. I just watch. And I start noticing things I'd been too comfortable to see before, like how Emma's backpack has a folder from school. Tuesday afternoon, she brings it to me. Mrs. Patterson says you should see this. Mrs. Patterson is her teacher, kind woman, always has a smile for pickup. The folder has Emma's artwork from the past month. The note says, Emma's been very focused on family drawings lately. Thought you'd like to see her progress. I flip through them. There's one from September. Stick figures holding hands. Me, my wife, Emma, Jake. The standard family portrait. Orange sun, green grass, purple house. Then October's drawings. Same house, same sun, different people. Mommy, a taller stick figure labeled M friend. The house. That's it. I count them. 14 drawings. In 14, there's mommy and a friend. In 14, there's no daddy. Emma's coloring next to me, working on homework. Baby, who's mommy's friend? She doesn't look up. DC. My stomach drops. DC? Yeah, mommy's work friend. He makes her laugh. He? Uh-huh. He came to the house once. Mommy said I had to play in my room, but I saw him. He has brown hair, kind of like Jake's. She says it so casually, like it's normal, like men who aren't daddy come to the house and make mommy laugh, and then everyone goes to their rooms. When was this, Em? She thinks. After school one day. Tuesdays? Mommy gets me early on Tuesdays now. Tuesdays, DC. 8 p.m. in the planner, but Emma's talking about after school. I look at the drawing again. She'd used her favorite purple crayon for mommy, her second favorite blue for mommy's friend. She didn't use any crayon for me at all. I wasn't forgotten. I was erased. Here's what I'm wondering, and maybe you can help me think through this. Should I have asked Emma more about mommy's friend right then, or was waiting and documenting the right choice? Drop ask or wait below. I wait. Because there's something about this that feels bigger than an affair. The pregnancy test, the schedule, the drawings, DC every Tuesday. It's too organized, too calculated. I need evidence. My friend Marcus is an attorney, family law. We've known each other since college. He's the guy you call when you need real advice, not comfort. Tuesday afternoon, I'm in his office with my phone bill. The itemized one I pulled from our account online. Look at this, I say, sliding the pages across his desk. He picks them up, scans, stops. His jaw tightens. How many? I ask. He flips through 3 months of records, takes out a yellow highlighter from his desk drawer, starts marking. Every page, line after line after line. When he's done, the papers are thick with yellow. 347 calls, he says, one number, in 90 days. Orchestrated narrative, pacing through evidence, sequencing, and scene transitions. Good. I'm establishing the evidence and pacing well. Let me continue with the phone record scene and move into the pediatrician visit and coffee shop to complete Act 1. DC mobile is how it shows in the records. Most calls during my scheduled green time, some late at night, some during the kids' bedtime. Marcus leans back. This is a pattern. What do I do? He doesn't answer right away. He pulls out a legal pad, starts writing. When he looks up, his face is serious. The lawyer face, not the friend face. Document everything. Don't confront yet. You'll need this. Need it for what? for when you decide what you want. Right now, you're gathering information, but information becomes evidence, and evidence requires decisions. He taps the highlighted pages. This shows intent, consistency. If there are kids involved, if there's financial intermingling, if she's making decisions that affect their welfare, you need to know everything before you move. I feel like I'm spying on my own wife. You're protecting yourself, there's a difference. He slides a business card across the desk. This is a private investigator. She's good, discreet. If you want to know what's happening on those Tuesday nights, I already know what's happening. You suspect, you don't know, and in court, suspicion loses to evidence every time. I pocket the card. Look at the highlighted pages. The yellow highlighter had bled through 3 weeks of pages. Each mark a conversation, each line a proof. Marcus, what if there's more? Then we document that too. He pauses. But I need you to promise me something. No matter what you find, no confrontation until we have everything. People get dangerous when they're cornered, especially if there's something to hide. I promise, but I'm thinking about that pregnancy test, about Emma's drawings, about the way my wife closes her planner now when I walk into a room. We don't leave people we love, but what if they already left us? The call from Dr. Reynolds' office comes Thursday morning. I'm at work on a coffee break when the nurse says there's been a scheduling confusion. We had Jake down for his 4-year checkup. Tuesday at 10. Your wife called to cancel again. That's 3 times now. We're required to note this in his file. Cancel? She told me she took him. She marked it in her calendar. A pause. Sir, we have no record of Jake being seen since his 3-year visit. Is everything all right? I tell her everything's fine. I tell her I'll call back to reschedule. I hang up and pull up my wife's calendar. She syncs it to our shared family account. There it is. J. Dr. Jeffrey Reitz on 3 separate Tuesdays. Check marks for appointments that never happened. I leave work early, pick up both kids from school myself. Emma's surprised, Jake's ecstatic. We go to Dr. Reynolds' office, walk-in, emergency. Dr. Reynolds has known our family since Emma was born. She's the grandmother type, soft voice, always has stickers. She takes one look at my face and takes me into her office while the nurse entertains the kids. I pulled Jake's file, she says, sliding it across the desk. Last visit, November 2023. He's due for vaccinations, his 4-year developmental screening. We've sent 3 reminders. I show her the calendar screenshots, the check marks. She's quiet for a long moment. Then, is everything okay at home? And I don't know how to answer that because my son missed 3 doctor's appointments while my wife checked them off as complete because there's a pregnancy test in her purse that defies medical possibility because my daughter draws family portraits without me in them. I don't know, I finally say. I honestly don't know. Dr. Reynolds looks at Jake through the window. He's building a tower with blocks, laughing. I'm required to note this, the missed appointments, the discrepancy. If there are welfare concerns, there aren't, I say quickly, too quickly. I'll make sure he's here for everything from now on. She nods slowly, but she's writing in her notes. I can see it, documentation, evidence, the paper trail that says something's wrong. The doctor asked if everything was okay at home. I didn't know how to answer. That night, my wife works late. Big project, she texts. Don't wait up. It's 8:15, Tuesday. I'm sitting in my car outside a coffee shop 3 blocks from her office. The one with the outdoor seating, the one where, according to our credit card statement, she spent $240 out of dollars in the past 2 months. Always on Tuesdays. I shouldn't be here. I know I shouldn't be here, but I am. She arrives at 8:30, not from the direction of her office, from the opposite direction. She's changed clothes, wearing the blue dress, the one she wore on our anniversary 3 years ago. Hair down, lipstick, a man's already at a table, brown hair, button-down shirt. When she sees him, her face transforms. It's a smile I haven't seen in months, maybe years, the kind that reaches her eyes, the kind that makes her look younger. He stands. They don't hug. But there's something in the way they stand close, the way she touches his arm while she's talking, the way he leans in to listen. I watch them order 2 drinks. The barista brings them out. They're regulars. She knows their orders. They sit at the corner table, the intimate one, the one couples sit at. My wife reaches across the table, takes his hand. It's not a friendly gesture. It's not casual. Her thumb brushes over his knuckles, the same way she used to do to me, years ago, before the planner, before the schedule, before I became a green highlight worth 2 hours a week. I'm gripping my steering wheel. The leather's warm from my hands. I can hear my heartbeat in my ears. They talk for 90 minutes. I watch the whole thing. Watch her laugh, really laugh, head back, hand on her chest. Watch her lean forward. Watch her push her hair behind her ear the way she does when she's nervous or excited. Watch him look at her like she's the only person in the world. At 10 they leave. He walks her to her car. They stand there, talking. She has her keys in her hand, but she's not leaving. Neither is he. He touches her face, just once, just his fingertips on her cheek. She doesn't pull away. Then she gets in her car, drives off. He watches her leave, standing in the parking lot with his hands in his pockets. I sit there for another 10 minutes, just breathing, just existing in this new reality where my wife of 9 years touches another man's hand in a coffee shop, where she wears her anniversary dress for Tuesday nights, where she looks happier with a stranger than she ever looks with me. I go inside. The barista's cleaning tables. I ask about the couple at the corner table. Oh yeah, the Tuesday couple. They're sweet together. Been coming in for months now. She smiles. It's nice seeing people still date after being together so long. She thinks they're married to each other. I thank her, walk out. The receipt's still on the table. I grab it before she can clear it. 2 drinks, $14.50. My wife's credit card, number ending in 3847, the one attached to our joint account. She touched his hand the same way she used to touch mine. Before the schedule, I drive home. My wife's car is already in the driveway. Lights on upstairs. She's probably changing back into her work clothes, creating the fiction. I sit in my car, in my own driveway, outside my own house, and I know, absolutely know, that everything I thought I knew about my life is wrong. The pregnancy test, the erased drawings, the missed appointments, the Tuesday nights. This isn't just an affair. This is demolition, controlled, calculated, complete. And I'm just now seeing the blueprint. Marcus knows a guy. Of course he does. Lawyers always know guys. The nanny cam arrives Wednesday in a plain box. It looks like a phone charger, USB port, LED light, the whole thing. You'd never know. Living room bookshelf, Marcus says over the phone, faces the couch and kitchen. Just be prepared. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. I already can't unsee it. This is different. This is in your home. I install it Thursday morning after everyone leaves. It sits between 2 picture frames, one of our wedding, one of Emma's first day of kindergarten. The irony isn't lost on me. The app on my phone shows a live feed. I watch our empty living room from my office at work. Nothing happens. Hours of nothing. Then Tuesday comes. I'm in a meeting when my phone buzzes. Motion detection. I glance down. My wife's car in the driveway. 2:47 p.m. She's not supposed to be home until 6 Fox. I excuse myself, lock the bathroom door, open the app. She's alone. Checks her phone. Looks around the house, the way you do when you're making sure you're really alone. She goes to the kitchen, makes coffee, the expensive kind. At 3:15, another car pulls up. Silver sedan. The same one from the coffee shop parking lot. He knocks. She opens the door like she's been waiting, like this is routine. Hey. His voice is clear on the audio, warm, familiar. Hey, yourself. She's smiling, that smile. Kids are with my mom until 5. We have time. They sit on the couch, my couch, the one we picked out together, the one where we watch movies with the kids on Saturday mornings. They're not doing anything. Not yet. Just talking. But it's the intimacy of it. The way they sit close. The way she tucks her feet under herself. The way she used to sit with me. I can't keep doing this, he says. My heart stops. I know. Her voice is soft. My wife, she's asking questions about the Tuesday meetings. What did you tell her? That it's work, conference calls, but she's not stupid, Sarah. Sarah, my wife's name. Hearing it in his mouth feels like violence. We just need to wait a little longer, she says. Once the divorce is final, we can stop sneaking. The words hang there, float through my phone speaker into this bathroom where I'm sitting on the closed toilet lid, trying to breathe. Once the divorce is final. How long? He asks. I don't know, a few months. I need to document things, build a case, make it look like his idea. His? My husband, he's already pulling away. I've been creating distance. The schedule helps. Soon he'll be the one who wants out, and then we don't have to feel guilty. She laughs, soft, sad. I already feel guilty, Daniel, but I also feel alive. For the first time in years, I feel like myself. Daniel, D.C., Daniel Cartwright. They sit quiet for a moment, then she leans her head on his shoulder. He wraps his arm around her. They stay like that for 10 minutes, just holding each other, in my living room, on my couch, planning my exit from my own life. At 4:45, she walks him to the door. They kiss, brief, tender, like they've done it 1,000 times. Tuesday? He asks. Always Tuesday. He leaves. She watches him go. Then she changes her shirt, the one she was wearing when he arrived. Puts on something else. Erases the evidence. She orders pizza for dinner. Acts like it's a normal day. On the recording, she told him, once the divorce is final, we can stop sneaking. I don't go home until late. Tell her I had a work thing. She doesn't ask questions. Why would she? I'm following the script she wrote. That night, while she's asleep, I start looking at finances. We have a joint account. Always have. Transparency, partnership, all those words people use about healthy marriages. I pull up our bank statements, 6 months worth. There are transfers I don't recognize. 4 down $200 in February, $6,800 in March, $9,100 in April, smaller amounts in May and June, all to an account I've never seen, account number ending in 7739. I call the bank the next morning, ask about the account. That's an individual account, sir. Under your wife's name only, opened in November of last year. Can you tell me the current balance? I can't disclose that without the account holder's permission, but I can confirm the transfers you're asking about were authorized by your wife from your joint account. I count them up. Every withdrawal, every transfer, every unexplained home renovation fund or kids' activities or emergency savings, $43,000 in 8 months. The transfer was marked Home Renovation Fund. We never discussed renovating. Marcus meets me for lunch Friday. I show him everything. The nanny cam footage, the bank statements, the phone records, Dr. Reynolds' notes about Jake's missed appointments. He spreads it all out on the table. We're in a back booth at a quiet restaurant, the kind where lawyers meet clients to discuss ugly things. This is substantial, he says. It's my marriage ending. It's evidence of intent, premeditation. She's not just having an affair, she's building an exit strategy, and she's using your money to fund it. I watch him organize the papers, lawyer brain categorizing betrayal into exhibits. What's this? He's holding a bank statement from March. There's a charge I'd missed, $2,400 to a jewelry store. I don't know. Did you buy her jewelry in March? No. He makes a note. Keeps going. Hotel charges, $387 in April, $441 in May. She told me those were work trips, conferences in Seattle and Portland. Were these work trips? Marcus asks. That's what she said. Did you see the conference materials, the agendas? No, I trusted. The word sticks in my throat. I trusted her. Marcus is quiet for a moment. Then, I need to ask you something. and I need you to think carefully before you answer. Okay, that pregnancy test, the one dated after her surgery. He looks at me directly. What do you think that means? I don't know. Medically, it's impossible. Unless I stop. Unless what? Unless it wasn't about me. The table feels very small. The restaurant very quiet. Marcus pulls out his phone, scrolls to something, shows me. It's a Facebook page, Daniel Cartwright. The same face from the coffee shop, from my nanny cam. There's a photo from 6 months ago. Him and a woman, beautiful, blonde, pregnant in the photo. The caption, "Can't wait to meet you, little one, August 2024. His wife, Marcus says, Catherine Cartwright. She's a nurse. They've been married 4 years. I stare at the photo, at her belly, at his hand on it. The timeline, I say slowly. Yeah. The pregnancy test in my wife's purse. Yeah. It's not hers. Marcus nods. I don't think it ever was. I think she was helping him, hiding evidence. Maybe Catherine found out. Maybe the test was proof. Maybe your wife was holding on to it for, I don't know, insurance? Proof of the affair from his end. So she's not pregnant. Probably not. But he thought she might be, or his wife might be suspicious. I'm thinking out loud now. The pregnancy test is evidence that he's been with someone else, someone who could be pregnant. That's one theory. Marcus closes his phone. But here's what I need you to understand. We're deep into something complicated here. This isn't just an affair. There are 2 marriages involved, possibly child welfare issues with your kids, financial fraud. If we move forward with this, if you want a divorce, custody, any of it, this gets ugly. It's already ugly. No. He's using his lawyer voice now. Right now it's private ugly. Once we file, once we present evidence, it becomes public ugly. Your kids will know. His wife will know. Your family, your friends, your neighbors, everyone. What's the alternative? Live in the lie? Some people do. Could you? He thinks about this. No, but I'm not you. And I don't have Emma and Jake. Emma and Jake, who miss doctor appointments while my wife checkmarks completion, who draw pictures without me in them, who play in their rooms while Daniel Cartwright sits on our couch. I need to know something else, I say. Marcus waits. The paternity, the test. If she's been with him since, don't. Marcus holds up his hand. Don't go there yet. The kids are yours. You know that. Do I? You were there when they were born. You've raised them. Even if, and this is a worst case scenario, even if there was a question, you're their father in every way that matters. But legally, we might need to verify. He says it gently. Not because I think there's a question, but because if she fights for custody, if she tries to paint you as unstable or controlling or anything else, she might bring it up. Better to have the answer now than be ambushed in court. The word sits between us, paternity. Marcus says 4 words that break me. Get a DNA test. So let me ask you this. When someone you loved rewrites your entire relationship, tells everyone you're the problem, do you fight to save the marriage or fight to save yourself? Comment, fight for marriage or fight for self. The DNA testing place is in a strip mall between a nail salon and a tax preparation office. Discreet, professional, the kind of place people go when they need answers they're afraid to hear. I take Emma and Jake on Saturday. Tell them we're doing a fun science project. Emma's excited. Jake doesn't care as long as we get ice cream after. The technician swabs their cheeks. Mine too. 3 samples. The whole thing takes 10 minutes. Results in 3 to 5 business days, she says, handing me a receipt. Emma wants to know what we're testing for. Just making sure we're all healthy, I tell her. It's not exactly a lie. We get ice cream, chocolate for Emma, vanilla for Jake. I get nothing. Can't stomach it. On the way home, Jake falls asleep in his car seat. Emma's quiet, looking out the window. Daddy? Her voice is small. Yeah, baby. Is Mommy mad at you? I glance in the rearview mirror. She's still looking out the window, not at me. Why do you ask that? She's always asking when you're leaving, like for work or errands, and she smiles more when you're gone. She's matter of fact, just observations, no judgment. Mrs. Patterson says sometimes grown-ups have hard times. Is this a hard time? I pull over, can't drive anymore, just pull into a parking lot and sit there. Come here. She unbuckles, climbs into the front seat. Not safe, I know, but I need her close. She curls into my side. Sometimes grown-ups do have hard times, I say carefully, but that's not your job to worry about. Your job is to be 7 and do your homework and draw your pictures. But I do worry. I know. Are you going to leave? The question splits me open. No, I say. No, baby, I'm not leaving you. But you might leave Mommy. She's too smart, too observant, too much like me. I don't know what's going to happen, I tell her. Truth. But I promise you both, I will always be your dad. No matter what happens with the grown-up stuff, you understand? She nods against my chest. Jake wakes up in the back seat. Ice cream? He mumbles, still half asleep. We already had ice cream, buddy. More ice cream? Emma laughs, soft, real. The sound of my daughter not carrying adult weight for a moment. We drive home. My wife's car isn't there. Tuesday afternoon, 3 p.m. I know exactly where she is. That night I go into her office, the room she's declared off limits. My space, she calls it. Everyone needs their own space. I'm violating that space now, systematically. Drawers, files, the desk. In the bottom drawer, under folders of old bills and insurance papers, I find a notebook. Her handwriting, it's a draft. Crossed out words, margin notes, practice. Dear Emma and Jake, I need to tell you something hard. Daddy has decided he needs to be somewhere else. I stop reading, force myself to continue. It's not your fault. Sometimes grown-ups just stop trying, stop wanting to be part of the family. I know this is confusing. I'm confused too. But I want you to know that I will always be here. I will always choose you. Even when other people choose to leave. Daddy loves you. I think he loves you, but sometimes love isn't enough to make someone stay. You'll understand when you're older why some daddies can't stay. Love Mommy. There are 3 versions of this, each one slightly different, each one positioning me as the abandoner, the quitter, the one who chose to leave. She'd practiced it in cursive with a good pen. The paper had coffee rings from the morning she'd written it. She'd had coffee while writing my obituary to our children. In the letter she wrote, "You'll understand when you're older why some daddies can't stay." I take pictures of everything, the letter, the drafts, every page. Then I put it all back, exactly as I found it. She comes home at 7 Uris. Traffic was horrible, she says, setting down her purse. The same purse, the one that held the test. How was your day? I ask, voice normal, face normal. Fine, boring meetings, you know how it is. She's scrolling her phone already. Did you feed the kids? Pizza. Again? You weren't here to cook? She looks up, sharp. I work, remember? Someone has to. I work too. Part-time, she says, dismissive. It's not the same. I work 40 hours a week. Same as her, but in her narrative, I'm less than. Always less than. I was thinking, I say carefully, we should talk about us. What about us? When's the last time we really talked, had a conversation? Just the 2 of us? She sighs, the sound of someone deeply inconvenienced. Can we not do this right now? I'm exhausted. When, then? I don't know. Schedule it. Check the planner. The planner says I get 2 hours on Thursday. That's 3 days away. So wait 3 days. What if I don't want to wait? Now she's looking at me fully, eyes narrowed. What's this about? My marriage, my family. I'd like to talk about my marriage. You're being dramatic. Am I? The air shifts. She can sense something, the way animals sense earthquakes before they hit. Did something happen? She asks. You tell me. What does that mean? I'm standing at a crossroads. Marcus told me not to confront yet, told me to wait until we have everything. But I'm holding pictures of a letter that declares me dead to my children, and my wife is standing in our kitchen acting annoyed that I want to talk. Who's DC? I ask. Her face goes blank. Completely neutral. It's the most frightening thing I've ever seen. Excuse me? DC, Tuesday nights, the planner. Who is DC? I told you, work calls. Try again. I don't like your tone. And I don't like being erased from my own family. She sets down her phone, slowly. What are you accusing me of? I'm not accusing, I'm asking. You're implying. Then clarify. Who is DC? Daniel Cartwright, a colleague. We have weekly check-ins about the Morrison Project. This is insane. The Morrison Project requires coffee dates. Pause. What? 3 months of credit card charges. The coffee shop on 5th, Tuesdays, 2 drinks every time. Her face changes, calculation behind her eyes. You're tracking me, my spending. It's our joint account. So you're monitoring me, my movements, my meetings. She's building momentum now. This is controlling behavior. This is... Don't. My voice is hard. Don't make me the villain here. You're stalking me. I'm trying to understand why my wife schedules me like a dentist appointment and has coffee dates with a man whose hand she holds. Silence. Complete silence. Then, you followed me. I was there. Where? The coffee shop. I saw you. I saw him. I saw everything. She looks at the evidence, then at me, and says, You're stalking me. I'm calling my lawyer. She does, right there, in the kitchen, while I'm standing 2 feet away, calls her lawyer on speaker. Brad, hi, Sarah, I need advice. My husband has been following me, tracking my spending, monitoring my whereabouts. I think I need a restraining order. The lawyer, Brad, apparently, asks questions. She answers, calm, collected, turning reality inside out. Has he threatened you? Brad asks. Not physically, but emotionally, yes. He's creating a hostile environment. I don't feel safe. I listen to this. To my wife of 9 years, tell a lawyer I make her feel unsafe. In the home we bought together. With the children we made together. When she hangs up, she looks at me. Brad says I should document everything, any harassment, any controlling behavior. He says I might have grounds for... Stop. I'm shaking. Just stop. You started this. No. You started this when you decided our marriage was over and didn't tell me. We're done here. We're not done. We're not even close to done. I need space. You need to leave. Leave? This is my house. It's our house, and I'm asking you to leave tonight, just for a few days, so we can both calm down. I'm calm. You're not. She's using that voice again. The patient one, the one for children. You're upset. You're making accusations. You need time to think clearly. I'm thinking very clearly. Then think about Emma and Jake, how this affects them. Do you want them to see you like this? Paranoid? Controlling? She's using our children as weapons. And I can see it. See exactly what she's doing. But I also see that she's right about one thing. I can't be here right now. Can't look at her. Can't share space with someone who's this good at lying. Fine, I say. I'll stay at Marcus's. Good. That's good. Relief in her voice. We can talk later, when you're calmer. I pack a bag. The kids are already asleep. I kiss their foreheads. Emma stirs, doesn't wake. Jake snores softly. My wife watches from the hallway, arms crossed. This doesn't change anything, I tell her. It changes everything, she says back. You need help, professional help. Your behavior tonight, save it for your lawyer. I leave, drive to Marcus's. He opens the door, takes one look at my face, and just says, Come in. I tell him everything, the confrontation, her counter-accusations, the phone call to her lawyer. He listens. Then, she's building her own narrative, making you the aggressor. Classic strategy. What do I do? We accelerate, file first, present evidence before she can control the story. He pauses, and we get those DNA results. 3 days later, they come. The envelope from the DNA lab sits on Marcus's kitchen table, white, official, sealed with their embossed logo. I stare at it for 10 minutes before opening. Marcus is making coffee, giving me space, giving me time to decide if I want to know. You don't have to open it now, he says. We can wait until after. No, I need to know. I break the seal. The paper inside is thick. Official letterhead. Results formatted in clinical language. Sample A, subject Emma, age 7, probability of paternity, 99.97%. Sample B, subject Jake, age 4, probability of paternity, 99.97%. The relief is physical. My lungs work again. My hands stop shaking. Both kids are mine. Then I see the third section. Sample C, specimen, secondary test, pregnancy indicator, status excluded from familial match. Note, sample does not match any tested subjects. External origin confirmed. I read it twice, 3 times. What does this mean? I ask Marcus. He reads over my shoulder. The pregnancy test. You submitted it. I collected the sample from it, sent it with the kids' tests, wanted to know. It's not hers. Marcus points to the report. It's not genetically related to you, Emma, or Jake, which means it's someone else's. We sit with that. The coffee maker gurgles in the background. Catherine Cartwright, I say slowly. Daniel's wife, the pregnant one in the Facebook photo. Marcus pulls up his phone, scrolls. She gave birth in August, 3 months ago. If she took a test back in March, around the time your wife's affair was ramping up, my wife was holding evidence of his wife's pregnancy. Maybe Catherine found out about the affair. Maybe she confronted your wife. Maybe the test was proof that Catherine was pregnant during the affair, and your wife kept it as insurance? Proof that he was lying to both of them? Or maybe, I say, thinking it through, she was helping him hide it. Maybe he panicked when his wife got pregnant. Maybe my wife was holding onto the test to help him figure out timing, figure out his story. Marcus nods slowly. Either way, it was never about her being pregnant. It was about his mess. Both kids were mine. The pregnancy test, it was never about a baby she was having. Monday morning, I get a call from Emma's school. Mrs. Patterson, voice careful, professional. I'm sorry, I should ask. What would you like me to call you? My name is fine. What's this about? We'd like to schedule a meeting, the principal and I, about Emma. Are you available this afternoon? My stomach drops. Is she okay? Did something happen? She's physically fine, but there are some concerns, some things she's been saying, drawing. We think you should come in. I'm there by 2 p.m. Conference room. Principal Hoffman, tall, kind face, been at the school for 20 years. Mrs. Patterson, and a school counselor I haven't met before. They have a folder. It's thick. Thank you for coming, Principal Hoffman says. I know this is difficult. What's going on? Mrs. Patterson opens the folder. Emma's journal, the one they keep in class. Daily writing prompts. She turns to a page dated May 3rd. I made Daddy a picture, but Mommy said he's too busy. May 10th. Daddy looked sad today. I gave him a hug, but Mommy said we need to go. May 17th. I asked Mommy when Daddy's coming home. She said he's always home, but he's not. Not really. June 2nd. Mrs. Patterson asked about my family. I drew us. But then I erased Daddy because I wasn't sure if he counts anymore. Mrs. Patterson's voice breaks. Every entry is Emma trying to save you. The counselor leans forward. We're seeing signs of anxiety, hypervigilance about adult emotions. She's taking on a caretaker role that's developmentally inappropriate for a 7-year-old. We're required to document this, Principal Hoffman adds. When a child shows this level of distress related to family dynamics, especially combined with what Mrs. Patterson has observed in her drawings, the drawings where I'm erased, yes, Mrs. Patterson slides them across, 14 of them, each one, mommy, a friend, the house, no daddy. Has Emma said anything else? I ask. They exchange glances. She asked me if daddies can disappear like goldfish, Mrs. Patterson says quietly. Her goldfish died last month. She wanted to know if you could just stop existing one day, if she'd wake up and you'd be gone. I put my head in my hands. We're not here to judge, Principal Hoffman says. We're here to support, but I need to ask, is Emma's home environment safe? Is there anything we should know? So I tell them, not everything, but enough. The affair, the schedule, the way my wife has systematically removed me from the family narrative. The counselor takes notes. Would you be willing to sign a release? Allow us to provide documentation if there are legal proceedings? You do that. If it helps protect Emma's relationship with you. Absolutely. Principal Hoffman's voice is firm. That child loves you and she's scared she's losing you. If there's anything we can do to prevent that... Yes, I say. Yes, I'll sign whatever you need. They prepare the papers. 2-page statement, signed by all 3 of them, detailing Emma's distress, her fear of abandonment, the erasure in her drawings, the hypervigilance, all of it. The principal asked if I needed their statements in writing. I said yes. If you've ever had someone, a teacher, a friend, a coworker, see the truth when everyone else believed the lie, drop their name or just "they saw me" below. Let's honor those people. Marcus files the next day. Petition for legal separation, custody evaluation, full financial disclosure, and attached, a USB drive containing every piece of evidence. Nanny cam transcripts, bank statements, phone records, Dr. Reynolds' notes, the school's statement. 2 weeks later, we're in mediation. It's a windowless room, beige walls, conference table, court reporter in the corner. My wife's lawyer, Brad, sits next to her. Expensive suit, practice sympathy face. My wife won't look at me. The mediator is a woman named Helen Kowalski, late 50s. No nonsense. She's seen everything. We're here to discuss terms of separation, custody arrangements, and financial division, she begins. Mr. Bradley, you filed. Would you like to present your position? Marcus stands. He's brought the evidence binder. It's 3 inches thick, organized with tabs, color-coded. My client seeks primary physical custody of both minor children, with his wife having supervised visitation pending evaluation. He seeks division of assets per state law, with reimbursement of funds fraudulently transferred. And he seeks full disclosure of any relationships that may impact custody determinations. Brad leans back. This is a vindictive filing. My client has been the primary caregiver. Your client, Marcus interrupts, missed 3 pediatric appointments for her son while documenting them as complete. Let's start there. He slides Jake's medical records across the table. Dr. Reynolds' notes highlighted. Brad scans them. His jaw tightens. Next, Marcus continues, phone records showing 347 calls to one number over 90 days, all occurring during times designated for family interaction. The phone records, every highlighted line. Bank statements showing $43,000 transferred to an individual account without the other spouse's knowledge or consent. Withdrawals timed specifically during his scheduled parenting time. My wife shifts in her seat. Audio transcript from November 3rd. Marcus slides the pages across. Recorded in the marital home. Present your client and one Daniel Cartwright. Brad picks it up, starts reading. His face goes carefully blank. My wife grabs his arm, whispers something. He shakes his head, keeps reading. The transcript is 6 pages. The key parts are highlighted. 1437-40. Female voice. Once the divorce is final, we can stop sneaking. 1439-12. Male voice. How long do you think? 1439-18. Female voice. Few months, I'm building a case, making it look like his idea. 1441-3. Female voice. He's already pulling away, the schedule helps. The mediator reads silently. When she finishes, she looks at my wife. Mrs. Bradley, would you like to respond? My wife's voice is tight. This was recorded without my knowledge. It's illegal. Actually, Marcus says, in this state, one-party consent is sufficient. Your husband owns the home where it was recorded. It's admissible. He manipulated... There's more. Marcus isn't done. He pulls out the notebook pages, the letter, the 3 drafts where my wife practices telling our children I abandoned them. He reads aloud. Daddy has decided he needs to be somewhere else. Sometimes grown-ups just stop trying. The mediator's face hardens. And finally, Marcus says, a statement from Emma's school, signed by her teacher, principal, and school counselor, documenting significant emotional distress related to her father's systematic removal from family activities. He slides it across. The mediator reads it, takes her time. When she looks up, she's looking at my wife. Do you have any evidence to present? Any documentation supporting your position that your husband has been neglectful or that you should have primary custody? Brad opens his folder. There are papers inside. He looks at them, looks at my wife, closes the folder. We'd like to request a recess, he says. How long? The mediator asks. An hour. You have 30 minutes. Her attorney closed his folder and asked for a recess. He knew. They come back 20 minutes later. My wife's eyes are red. Brad's face is professional neutral. My client would like to propose a settlement, Brad says. The mediator nods. I'm listening. Joint legal custody. 60-40 physical custody split. Father having primary placement. Child support calculated on state guidelines. Retirement accounts and marital home to be divided equally. Mrs. Bradley retains her individual account, but will return $30,000 to the joint account as a good faith reimbursement. And visitation? The mediator asks. Standard parenting time, no supervision required. Marcus looks at me, raises an eyebrow. This is better than we'd hoped. What about the Morrison project? I ask. My voice sounds strange. The Tuesday meetings? My wife flinches. Mr. Cartwright, Brad says carefully, is no longer employed by my client's company. He resigned last week. Why? That's not relevant to these proceedings. But I know why. Catherine found out, or HR found out, or both. The affair that was supposed to stay quiet got loud. Do you accept these terms? The mediator asks me. I look at my wife, finally, really look at her. She's crying, silent, tears running down her face. But it's not sadness, it's rage, humiliation, the loss of control. This isn't how she wrote it. In her letter, I'm the one who leaves. I'm the one who gives up. She's the hero who stays. But here, in this beige room, with evidence spread across the table, the truth is documented, dated, signed. I accept, I say. The paperwork takes 3 weeks. In that time, I move into an apartment, 2 bedrooms, ground floor, small yard. The kids love it. Emma picks out paint colors for her room. Purple. Of course, purple. Jake wants dinosaurs everywhere. We compromise on a dinosaur bedspread. My wife keeps the house. I keep my dignity. We tell the kids together, sitting in the living room, the same couch where she sat with Daniel. Mommy and Daddy are going to live in different houses, my wife says. Her voice is steady, practiced. But we both love you very much. Why? Emma asks. Sometimes grown-ups need different things, I say, and that's okay. What doesn't change is that you have 2 parents who love you. Will we still see you? Emma's looking at me. Just me. Yes, you'll be at my place most of the time. Your rooms are ready. You'll see Mommy on weekends and some weekdays. Jake doesn't understand. He's 4. He just wants to know if we can get a dog now. Emma understands too much. She nods slowly. Then, is this because of DC? The room goes cold. Who told you about DC? My wife asks. Sharp. Nobody. I heard you talking. On the phone. You said his name. My wife and I exchange glances. First time we've been on the same side of anything in months. Protecting our daughter from adult truths. This is about mommy and daddy, I say firmly. Not about anyone else, okay? Emma nods, but she's too smart. She knows there's more. She just doesn't have words for it yet. That night, after my wife leaves, Emma climbs into my lap. I'm glad you didn't disappear, she whispers. I hold her so tight. 3 months later, the DNA results are officially filed as part of the divorce record. Both kids confirmed mine. The pregnancy test mystery resolved in the footnotes. Evidence belonging to a third party, not relevant to current proceedings. I never tell Emma about it, or Jake. Some truths don't need to be shared. But I do send the full DNA report to Catherine Cartwright, through Marcus, anonymously. She deserves to know what her husband and my wife were hiding, what games they were playing. Marcus tells me later that Daniel and Catherine are in counseling, still married, trying. Their baby daughter is healthy. I don't know if they'll make it, but that's not my story anymore. Emma's 8th birthday party is in April. We do it at my apartment, small, intimate, not the big production my wife used to orchestrate. Mrs. Patterson comes. Principal Hoffman sends a card. Marcus brings his partner, a kind woman named Andrea, who makes the kids laugh. Dr. Reynolds stops by with a present. Making up for lost appointments, she says with a wink. The neighbors from my apartment complex come, the family upstairs with a daughter Emma's age, the elderly couple next door who leave cookies on our doorstep. We don't have a lot, but we have enough. Emma opens presents, a bike from me, art supplies from Marcus, a journal from Mrs. Patterson. For all your stories, she says. Then Emma disappears into her room, comes back with a rolled up paper. I made something, she announces, for our new place. She unrolls it, a drawing, bigger than her usual. She's been working on it for weeks, I realize. 4 stick figures holding hands, me, Emma, Jake, and one labeled Mr. Marcus. We're standing on grass, but underneath, brown crayon pressed hard, are roots, deep roots, spreading under all of us. What are the roots for? Someone asks. Emma looks up, serious. Because families need roots so they don't blow away. The room goes quiet. She walks to the refrigerator, has something in her other hand, a magnet. She must have picked it out specially. It says, family isn't always blood. She stretches on her tiptoes, places the drawing carefully, puts the magnet at the top. The drawing stays, held in place by this small, cheap piece of plastic with words too big for it. Marcus is wiping his eyes. Mrs. Patterson is smiling. Even the neighbors look moved. Emma steps back, satisfied. There, she says, now we won't blow away. The refrigerator hums. The magnet holds. The drawing, with its thick crayon lines and deep brown roots, stays exactly where she put it. We're grounded now. That night, after everyone leaves and the kids are asleep, I stand in the kitchen looking at Emma's drawing, at those 4 figures, at the roots she drew so carefully underneath. My marriage ended. That's true. But my family didn't. It changed shape, changed form, grew new members, found family, Emma would say. People who chose to stay, to show up, to see the truth when it was easier to look away. Marcus, who documented everything and never said, I told you so. Mrs. Patterson, who gave Emma space to draw her fears. Dr. Reynolds, who made notes that mattered. Principal Hoffman, who signed a statement. The mediator who read evidence and didn't blink. Even Daniel Cartwright's wife, Catherine, we'll never meet, but her pregnancy test and my wife's purse connected our stories. 2 marriages, 2 betrayals, 2 chances to choose differently. I chose the kids. She chose, I hope, her daughter. My phone buzzes. Text from Marcus. Emma's drawing made me cry. You're doing good, man. Really good. I text back. We don't leave the people who need us, even when it means starting over. Especially then, he replies. The apartment is quiet, small, not what I imagined my life at 36 would look like. But Emma's drawing is on the refrigerator. Jake's dinosaur bedspread is in the next room. Their toothbrushes are in the bathroom. Their voices will fill this space in the morning. I'm not erased. I'm not a green highlight worth 2 hours a week. I'm their father, present, rooted. And that's not nothing. That's everything. Tell me about your found family, the people who chose to stay, the ones who showed up when it mattered, who signed the statements, who read the evidence, who held space for your truth when everyone else believed the lie. Let's build a library of chosen love. Let's remember that family isn't always blood. Sometimes it's roots growing deep enough to hold you when everything else blows away. Sometimes it's a teacher who sees a child's fear and writes it down. Sometimes it's a friend who says, document everything, and means I believe you. Sometimes it's a 7-year-old with purple crayons drawing the family she wants to keep. We don't leave the people who need us, even when it means starting over, especially then.